In previous videos I've spoken about, how to read note names on the staff, whether it's treble clef or bass clef, but sometimes notes need to go outside of the staff, either above it or below it, and I want to talk about how that's done today. If you think about it, if you only stuck to notes that were on the staff, then you would basically only have, well, you've got 5 lines and 4 spaces on the grand staff twice for the treble clef and the bass clef. You would only ever have 10, 18 notes to play. Now, as you can see on the keyboard, we've got, if you can count that fast, 88 keys. So how do we actually do that? And we actually use a thing called ledger lines, which are like temporary lines and spaces that only last for that particular note. The most obvious one to start with is middle C. If you think about it, if we didn't have ledger lines, we'd probably never play the note middle C, which is ridiculous because every musical tuition video on the internet uses C or C major, so we'd be suddenly very stuck. So yeah, we have this, if you can picture middle C, it's like you come to the bottom of the treble clef or the top of the bass clef, and we need to go up another third. Now that wee line and then the dot or the note head and the stem tells us that that's middle C. Having one ledger line, it just doesn't stop there. We can keep going, once you go down to middle C. If we're coming from the treble clef and we go to middle C, if you go underneath that ledger line, you would have your B, and then to go to the A, you would need 2 ledger lines, and that would give you the A, and then you go to the G, which should be under that, and it keeps going, and it's the same up the way as well. You just keep drawing ledger lines until you get to the note that you want. Now, one of the things that probably reading ledger lines is a pain in the neck. Sometimes they're just so low or so high that you need to sit there and you need to go A, C, E, G and figure it out from there. Unless you're regularly reading these things, it's a bit of a pain. So what a lot of publishers do, and anytime I've kind of transcribed any music, if the music's particularly high, then we use the octave signs. Now I'll shove a card up here somewhere, in fact it's probably covering my face, where I discuss the octave signs. That just makes it a wee bit easier to, 1, read for us, and 2, write for publishers. Anyway, that's all I've got on ledger lines. They're pretty straightforward, as I said. They're just extensions of the staff that are temporary just for that note. If you like the information in the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That would be great. Thanks, and I'll see you in another video.